Oh my gosh, it's Sunday afternoons here in Las Vegas, and my guest is Lewis Mabee. We just love it when Lewis comes on. He's going to help us figure out Mercury Retrograde and should we continue living. Hold on. Now shut up, the show's starting. Hey everybody, did you miss me? Hold on. We're gonna have a good time today. I haven't done Sundays in a while. We had the crazy old Jewish woman. She was doing Sundays, but it's one of those things where I decided to do the show, and then I was talking to Lewis this morning, and he said he wasn't doing anything this afternoon. And I said, well, come on, we'll talk about Mercury retrograde since it's sort of affecting everybody. But I mean, he can kind of like demystify the myth that, that your life changes or something, that it's going to end. But anyway, put your hands together and welcome Lewis Mabee.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Michael.
Yeah. I just love that. It's so professional.
It sure is.
Yeah, the music's going to end. It does exactly 1 minute, and then it goes, ha-ha. There we go. And, it's like a real professional show, Lewis. How are you?
Wow, I'm good. I'm not used to this. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, hush. You're so tan. You still have leftover tan from your trip.
Correct.
I don't want to say where, because you don't like people to talk, but you had a trip where there was lots of sun.
Lots of sun. Yes, lots of sun.
Oh, let's go over here. Everybody's popping in. Let's see who's here. There's Angela, JL, Carol,
Janet, Barbara,
Richard, Janet.
Doesn't he have a great shirt, Melanie? He just got it.
What's that?
Melanie loves your shirt.
No, I didn't just get it. I've actually had it for 2 years.
Oh,
I just never wear it. I have all these clothes in my closet that still have the price tags on them but I'll tell you, hey, hello, Facebook user.
Hello,
Elizabeth. What happens is Lewis, I've talked to you about this. Every January the 1st, they have this sale at Dillard's where it's 50% off the 50% off.
Yep.
This year, they didn't do it.
Oh my God.
First time in 6 years, they didn't do it.
You can get some good stuff there.
Oh yeah. Like this shirt was $125. I got it with the 50% off the 50% off. It was $25.
Wow.
Instead of 125.
It was like an agate.
Right. Makes my eyes blue. But so yeah. Oh, hi from Toronto.
Hello, Lori.
Do you all know each other?
Of course we do. All Canadians know each other.
Well, I didn't know if you knew Lori from Toronto. That's funny. So Taylor says I have a closet like that. Thank you. My hair does look great. I just got it cut this week. We did we did that whole thing on Facebook and Instagram where I said longer or shorter, and like 130 people said longer, and only 2 people said go shorter. Really? Yeah.
I like that length that you have right now.
Yeah. Well, this is the longer length.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go any longer. It's just no, it's fine. It's like, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
but
styling.
You're
styling like Bon Jovi.
Well, I know. I get Bon Jovi and Rod Stewart.
Yes. Yeah, Rod Stewart. Yeah.
But if you've looked at Bon Jovi lately, he's become sort of, I don't know. He has
old.
Well, of course, we're all old, but I mean, we're near the same age. I think he's a little bit older than me. I can't remember how old Bon Jovi is. But his hair's, I call it Vegas-y. It's like too plastered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, Lewis.
Hi.
How's life going up there in the great white tundra?
Life is good. I have an old-fashioned cold that I'm getting over. Old-fashioned meaning non-COVID related. I hear you, Carol. I mean, I live in a condo, so I don't have to worry about shoveling, but my God, we got dumped on with snow. So I'm nursing my cold, and it's mainly gone. I'm not contagious. It just now has that tickle cough that, of course, keeps me up at night. But so I'm just doing that, working, starting the new year off with some revelations. I guess that's part of that whole Mercury retrograde
Right.
coming into play. I actually forgot about Mercury retrograde.
You were on sort of like a sabbatical
I
vacation type
was,
thing,
yeah.
just to recharge.
Yep. Yeah,
And
I was off social media for a long while, and now I'm starting to. Yeah, Richard Kitchener is in the snow belt. I used to live there. You know that. Like you'd wake up every morning and be like, "Really, Mother Nature? You know, seriously."
I like
But
that.
so once I get the tickle cough out of the way, I'm Michael and I have talked about this before, where I'm going to start doing my own platform streaming and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and whatever else I can get my hands on.
Right.
So he's going to help me put everything together,
And then I get to be the guest.
and you get to be the guest.
Oh, it was so funny. I found out today, speaking of craziness, I was talking to the director producer of the project that everyone knows, that my close friends know about, that I'm not allowed to talk about, but they said there will be a big premiere here.
In Vegas or?
In Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah, there's
Yes,
going to be
Barbara, 74 degrees Celsius. It is.
Oh, is Barbara rubbing it in?
Yes, it's minus. It's Fahrenheit for her, but it's -8 Celsius. So that's like 22 Fahrenheit.
It's
61 Vegas.
in Vegas,
Yeah.
but it's chilly because there's a breeze.
Ah,
Hi, hello and aloha from Nebraska. Wow, there's
Gina.
hey Gina, how are you?
Green suits you, Gina. Keep wearing green.
Wondering if he's heard from Uncle Arthur lately. Ever heard from Uncle Arthur? I'm gonna play a clip later of our new videos that are coming.
Debbie's here too. Hi, Debbie.
Where's Deb? Hold on, Debbie Tatel. There she is. Hi, Deb. How are you? Dawn's here. I like to get all this out of the way because if I don't get your butts up here, it's not because I don't care, and it's because I'm still trying to figure it all out. There it is. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna what is this? Hold on. She got 50. What is this, Elizabeth?
Oh, Elizabeth. Holy moly. 33 centimeters. Jesus,
Wow.
that's over a foot.
Wow. Hey, Vander, how are you?
You, Maxville, that is up north. That's in God's country, in Ontario.
Oh my gosh.
It's up by Hudson Bay, I believe.
So, I mean, you were on like a sabbatical vacation just to recharge and everything, which I found interesting. I don't know if I can talk about this. I'm not going to say where you were, but what I found interesting was you were in a situation where you had someone who was with you, traveling with you, and you had to get tested for COVID.
Right.
Where you left. You tested negative, and your person that was traveling with you tested positive. Now they had to stay.
They had to stay. So here's a lowdown. So our return flight was on a Monday, and on Friday we were scheduled to be tested because you have to be tested 72 hours prior to departure.
Right.
So Friday, I ate some seafood and I was deathly ill with food poisoning. And the food poisoning Friday just tore me apart.
You didn't tell me about this part.
Oh, didn't I? Oh,
no.
Yes. So food poisoning on Friday. And then
this is before you left on Sunday or Monday?
I was still there. And so Saturday, we both got our test. Sunday, we got our test back. We both came back as positive. And then we retested the morning of our flight, and mine came back as negative.
Right.
So I flew home. And in that, between that time, I got a cold. I think I usually get a cold anyway, in January, and plus whenever I visit Southern territories, for some reason, I don't know. I think it's just because the air conditioning and the heat and the air conditioning and the heat. Anyway, so I got an old fashioned cold. I got home, I retested, and it was negative. And then I just kept monitoring it, and I isolated just because of my cold, because you sneeze, you sniffle, you do whatever right now, and everyone's like this. So I'm just like, I'm staying home.
Wow.
And I didn't want anyone else to get the cold anyway. And then
Right.
last Thursday, I did another test just to make sure, and it was still negative. So I'm on the mend. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's just,
Unbelievable. By the way, I want to say hello to my friend Lloyd
hi,
Shipley.
Lloyd.
Lloyd, I hope you're doing good. Lloyd was dealing with cancer, and it was really tough. He had a tough road.
He's in remission.
I don't know if it's in remission, Lloyd, but I know that you're still here and you're still being funny as hell, and you do the most sarcastic. He's like, he does real estate, and in Washington D.C. I've known him since, I think I've known Lloyd since 1999.
Wow.
Yeah. So many of those. Hold on. Those is any thoughts on the Pluto return to what? 222. Is that real? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Let's get down to what people want to find out about, because you said you had a few revelations about things. I mean, anything in particular that this just jumps out,
right?
And that you feel like you. And by the way, people, if you write your comments down, sometimes, as you've known in the past, when Lewis comes on, he will pick up on somebody, and it's not who's favorite or whatever. He just will. It'll just happen. And if we give him alcohol, it happens all the time.
I know. I need a Merrick's day with you. We need to go to LA and do Merrick's.
We do. Yeah. So anyway, so what in particular has basically stood out?
So so let's prefix this a little bit.
Okay.
We've been dealing with the COVID crisis. No matter what side of the fence you're on with COVID, we've been dealing with it.
Right.
And this is the year that is going to basically push the crisis out of the way. And we're going to learn how to manage, deal, whichever preference you want to use. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to go back to normal, new normal, but we're going to go back. We're going to go back to, like, this year we're not going to be wearing masks anymore, or at least a mask mandate. And no, not worried about social distancing, and testing and all that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So, but what this retrograde is gonna ask you is basically, are you sure? So everything that you've had to clear the clutter out in 2021, mm-hmm. in summer 2020, this retrograde is like, pause, mm-hmm. and make sure that you got your shit cleared up, because this is 2022 is going to be a springboard, a launching pad. This is where innovation and imagination will start coming into play this year, mm-hmm. and you need to have a clear slate. And with that clear slate, it's about moving forward. It's about not worrying about hesitation or sitting back and waiting anymore. It's very much about have a clear focus, mm-hmm. have a goal, and then get into your path. It's not a race, so it's not about push, but it's more so about being present and focusing on what needs to be done here and now, and not worrying about what needs to be done in a month's time. So
interesting. Who is this Allie Spirit person? I don't know, but she's spamming my page with people. I don't know who she is. And I'm going to block her right now. I don't, it's like, this is all about, I don't like people coming in and,
yeah, well,
I don't know who she is. Right. No, I just got rid of her. We're getting more popular when I start getting the crazies, which has been happening. We remember when Debbie
was with that guy that wanted his nose blown or something like that.
It was crazy. No, I just got rid of Allie Spirit. God bless her. But so okay. So we talked about this the last time you were on the show about the whole COVID thing. I mean, it's like it's going to become like the flu. You're going to get a flu shot every year. You're going to get a COVID shot every year.
Right.
Still, those that don't get the COVID shots are the ones that are going to suffer. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. These people are not going to change.
No,
they're not gonna. They think we're trying to inject them with micro
organisms and
stuff like that. It's just total stupidity.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I think that's sort of what you're saying. That's what's going to happen, and hopefully later this year, you know, the mask mandate will come down. You know what I mean? It will. We won't have to wear the mask. We may have certain places.
Well, listen. I mean, when you go to China, a lot of people in China, especially in the large cities like Shanghai, Beijing, there's a lot of people that have always worn masks because of the pollution.
Japan,
in Japan, exactly. And so it's going to be an option, and I think that some people will just default to wanting to wear a mask out in public, and that's their prerogative, just like anyone else that doesn't want to wear a mask. You know, it's going to go beyond public safety, and like you said, there's going to be inoculation for the flu. There's going to be inoculation for whatever they want to call the booster shot for COVID.
I mean, I got the shingles booster. I got, you know, I do that. I'm not afraid to get things done at all.
Because people have to remember, it is scientifically, it is very easy to come up with solutions. It's just that, again, pharmacies don't make money from remedies. They make money from prolonging and doing these things. So it doesn't surprise me that they got a COVID vaccine so quickly, because they have that technology.
Well,
but there's money to be made in the pharmacies to get that vaccine out now.
Right.
So,
it's like, yep, there you go.
No money to carry. Absolutely, Nin. And so they're gonna. So like Debbie and I and you on January 1 when we were together, you know, there's gonna be this was a deal. So we're gonna give you the COVID vaccine, and then in exchange, I get the sense in a couple of years they're gonna have the HIV cure.
Well,
and there's gonna be some cancer stuff.
Well, you see, what I was getting ready to say was that right now they've come out with a new shot.
Yes,
for HIV.
Yeah.
Once a month.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take all the pills and everything. You know, I you know, I don't know. Do you follow the AIDS Memorial on Instagram? The AIDS Memorial.
Not on Instagram. I do get the Toronto chapter of Casey House.
I'll send you the link. It is one of the most powerful Instagram pages, and it's everyone who lost anyone or was in love with someone who they lost during the AIDS crisis from the 80s and the 90s. And now, you know, it's a memorial page for you to memorialize or say something about somebody that you loved and lost. And then sometimes I'll just sit there and read them, and it's like, I'll cry. But at the same time, I see friends that I didn't realize had passed away. Like, whoa. So, okay. So the whole thing with the vaccine. What else? Do you got something else that's on, like the craziness in the United States?
Yeah. There's gonna be.
Have you been following everything that's going on lately in the past week?
I've checked out. Like when I went on sabbatical, I mean, I don't even know the last time I even watched the news. So, to me, it feels like that there's something gearing up about some sort of civil war, not with guns. Hi, Gwen. Not with guns and missiles and that sort of thing, but there is definitely going to be a bigger divide, and I think that might have something to do with May. And didn't we discuss the May thing with Roe versus Wade?
There was Roe versus Wade's going to be announced in May or June. They usually do it in June. Is what's happening.
So there's going to be something around a uptick with division for the states. And so there, you know, I've already picked out the states that I want to join Canada. And they're mainly West Coast and a few on the East, but the other ones can kind of sit and spin.
Well, The places. Okay, so one of the things people, Debbie said we talked about March and June.
Yeah.
Something big's going to happen in March. There was
Yes.
something explosive. You and Debbie had said something. You both
March.
agreed.
Yeah, March is going to be more of a global thing.
That which could be what's happening with the Ukraine.
That's true. So I did hear a little bit about the Ukraine because I heard that our prime minister gave $120 million for the whatever, and the Ukraine is going to basically be the dot on the map that starts the ripple effect.
Right.
And they're going to have to do something with China and Russia as on a global scale.
Right.
And I think the sanctions are going to be pretty severe. And it seems to me it's going to be the gang up thing where it's not just one country like the States saying we're not going to export our beef to China or to the Russia. It's going to be very much about we're cutting off the border. So it's going to be a very much touch and go.
Now, the whole Trump thing that's going on here in America.
So was he charged yet?
Huh?
Was he charged yet or indicted?
I think the noose is getting tighter around his neck. I don't know how much you've been paying attention.
No, I haven't. But I just know that this year he's going to be out to dry.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think, my own opinion about politics and the whole thing that's going on there is that everybody's screaming that the attorney general hasn't indicted anybody. What's going on? I mean, I put a meme up the other day, arrest somebody for God's sakes. But they don't understand. Trump and his crazies, they have a lot of money. Mm-hmm. They were able to grift over $100 million from his freaking followers.
Yeah.
And Champers. I see you. Oh, you want to hold on? Let me go grab Champers. Yeah. Hold on. He wants to come up. Come here. You know I'm talking to Uncle Lewis. Yes, you do. Oh, sorry. He was sitting there going, hold on.
He hears us.
But, he was, hold on, sweetheart. Look at this little old man. Oh,
cutie.
But no, I truly believe that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, Letitia James, who's running everything in New York, and then the people in Georgia now, they are dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Yep. This guy is so slick. And what I was saying before Champers wanted to get picked up was that they know how slick he is. Mm-hmm. And he was able to con these followers of his to donate. It's over 150. I think it was like $150 million. They have given him that he could use for
because they believe in him.
That he can use for whatever he wants.
Yes.
And then the Republican Party is paying for his lawsuit in the state of New York. And you're just like, I think even if he's indicted, and what's happening lately is the Supreme Court that he appointed the last 3 seats, on the Supreme Court, which were shoved through by McConnell. But he thought they were not going to he thought that the Supreme Court was going to block his documents from the National Archives, from the presidential thing. They did not. They did not. And that was a huge blow to him this week. Right. And he's like, I appointed them. They should, man, he's like the Godfather. He thinks that they should all kiss his ring because what he did, that whatever. So my point is, I still think we're going to wake up one morning with all these indictments. I just do.
It's going to be, exactly. Like you're going to wake up one morning and there's going to be news coverage of police and near rioting and
this has never happened with a sitting. Well, he's not a sitting president, with a former president. This has never happened before. And it could happen. Something crazy could happen. I know. Yeah. So, can you believe this little fucker? Look at him. He's so funny. Mm-hmm. He's so funny. He knew you were on.
Yeah.
Lewis has spent time here. So Champers knows Lewis. So he heard his voice. And so he goes here and he stands right over there. It's like, okay, pick me up, Dad. I want to say hi.
Yeah.
And
this is what he does when he talks, when Mike and I talk on video chat. He just sits there and
licks my hand.
Licks his hand. Likes the
He's
salt.
like,
Must be
he's
for the margarita.
it must. I'm having a Long Island iced
Ah.
tea. So, okay. So we're looking at the pandemic.
This is going to be a justice year, not only on personal levels for people, but larger scale. And it's about balance.
Mhm.
And it's going to be truth in 2022. And it's not one-sided truth. It's going to be the blatant truth that comes out.
Right.
Cover up your cleavage.
I'm sorry, but the dog stuck his paw there and opened my shirt up. But great. Let's see, who is this? Renee. Hey, Renee. As a New Yorker, we know his ways. A thug. But as far as okay, so we've covered the COVID. Mercury retrograde. That's the other thing. So Mercury retrograde ends on February the 3rd. So, I mean, like it comes to a halt, but it doesn't stop. But what is it? Why is it so many people? And I've seen other astrologers, psychics, put up this whole thing. You know, it's like when Mercury retrograde comes, you've got to be careful. It's the end of the world. How to survive? And it's almost like clickbaiting, and it's like
we have to make decisions. We have businesses to run. We have everything else like that. It's not about halting life for 3.5 weeks. It's more so about paying attention to the energy and vibration that. So Mercury, when it goes retrograde, that means that it looks like it's not moving forward anymore. It looks like it's moving backwards. And so because of the gravitation pull, when it's backwards, it's creating an energy around other planets. We're in Capricorn now, but Mercury, I can't remember where Mercury is landing in this phase. But anyway, so with Mercury retrograde, it's very much about pausing, breathing. It's not, there's some certain things that we should pay attention to, and some certain things that we might want to try to delay. For example, selling a house in Mercury retrograde is a good thing, but buying a house in Mercury retrograde isn't so good, because the vibration around that big of a transaction with money involved can make the deal difficult. There could be, a fault in something, or something happens, or there's a delay with the closing, that sort of thing. So
it's almost a catch-22. So
it is. But then again,
okay.
you could have that happen without Mercury in retrograde.
Right. But it's sort of like, it's okay to sell your house, but not buy one. So correct. Anybody who's buying it from the people who sell it, that's what I'm talking. It's like,
yep, okay, exactly.
But it doesn't. But it also could mean if you're selling your house, at least it's on the market, so you get all these buyers interested. But you're basically not going to. Nobody's, unless it's a fast escrow or whatever. It's going to take time for those houses to go through anyway, right?
Most people do have like a 30-day or 60-day close.
And so, how many four times a year, Daryl. And Red Rover says hi.
Hello.
Hey, in South Florida.
Hello.
But yeah, so yeah, that's, I mean, they say don't buy electrical stuff. Now, this is the one thing I don't do. I never buy like phones or anything electronics during Mercury retrograde.
Right, because electronics is that
communication
energy that is really affected by the pull of Mercury going backwards. So what we can do during Mercury retrograde is, if a project is already established and maybe it's not launched yet, or maybe you just launched it,
right?
That would be a great time to review, redo, revisit, revise. So it's about paying more attention to the detail. And that way, when you're ready to launch, or when you're ready after all your adjustments and your edits, chances are that it's going to be even more successful, or that the success might be be coming closer to you faster.
Right.
So
Rhonda asked, "Hey, Lewis, do you see the housing market crashing?"
there is a September, October energy around housing that is going to be one of two things, maybe both. The one thing is going to be that it's going to be a lot of countries are going to tighten up the conditions of foreign buyers.
Right.
Like for example, Vancouver, London, England, they have so much foreign buyers that have buildings that are sitting empty
Right.
because it's worth more to them sitting empty than trying to rent them out, really.
Right.
So that they can do whatever they want to do with them eventually. So there's going to be a lot more restrictions with a lot of places, and as well as that there's going to be a clapback regarding pricing.
Okay, well, here's the thing that's crazy, because I know there's a lot of people that rent. I rent.
Mm.
But I was talking to my friend Frank, Frank Hagan.
Yep.
So Frank lives in this building a block above Sunset by the Directors Guild.
Yep.
Right in that area there. Great building, was built, I think, in the 50s, late 50s, maybe early 60s. It's a great building.
Like that, yeah.
But so new owners bought it. So they've been taking out the windows and they've been revamping. You remember what happened in my old building?
Yep.
The new people came over that you wouldn't even recognize my old building now. But so Frank pays a little under $2,000 for a
Cheap for LA.
Well, because he's lived there for 100 years.
Yeah.
The new people went in and all they did was paint and put vinyl wood-looking floor on. It made some cosmetic changes and stuff like that. It doesn't even have central air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much they want for it? Same price, $3,995, $4,000 a month.
That's insane.
That's what's happening. But that's what's happening in Los Angeles. The prices keep going up.
No wonder people are moving to LV, Las Vegas.
A lot of people are moving here, but what's happening here is rents are going up $300-$500. My place that I'm living in now, if I were to come and get it now, it would probably be about almost $1,000 more than what I'm paying.
Wow.
And that's why I'm like very nervous.
Right.
I have a great landlady who loves me.
Yeah.
And wants me to, she wants me to stay here. And but it's scary. But I don't think she's going to raise my rent too much. Or I know she wants to work out a deal if I could buy the place eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
But
you know me, I live on the edge all the time, and it's getting old. I don't like it anymore. I wanted a little bit more solidity in my life.
Yep.
But I mean, I've been here. It's going to be in May, Lewis. I'll be here 7
years. Yeah. It's hard to believe.
It is. It's hard to believe. But at the same time, she seems to be really cool, and it's scary. But I mean, the rents here in Vegas are going up as well.
I don't think he's going to move, Gwen, because he's rent protected.
Frank?
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, no, Frank's not moving anywhere. He's got the rent control there. They can only raise it like 4%. However, they will come up with all these new charges.
Oh,
Get away with. That's what happened with me at my old place.
Yeah.
I paid $1,200 a month for a big 1-bedroom.
Huge 1-bedroom.
But then they started adding these charges that the city allowed them to do, and it was another extra 50, and could be 50 to $100 extra a month.
Yeah.
So so they get that, and then they get the 4% each year, and they always come up with these new things, but it's still rent protected. But Vegas, at least California, I don't know about Canada, if they have rent stabilization or rent control laws. California does, but Vegas, my lease could be up at October the 1st, and she could raise my rent anything she wants.
Wow.
There is no cap. And that's what's happening in my building. People on my floor are going up $500, $700, $1,000. So they have to move. And then, and then a lot of the people have sold that were here when I first got here almost 7 years ago. A lot of people bought investment property, and it's like the lady that bought this property, Joan, she only paid $225,000. during
And
the
you have
fall.
a big 2-bedroom.
I have 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
It's a 3-bedroom, but it's all glass. But she paid $225 when the market fell out in Vegas. It was bad here in the United States. My unit now is anywhere from $530,000 to $600,000, depending on the upgrades.
Wow.
So, she's not making she's not making a lot of money off of it, but she's making she's paid for it, and she makes
and she has a few rental units.
Yeah, she has here and other places, but it just makes me nervous. I've been
we have rent control here where ours is max 4%, but it goes by inflation. So typically it might be 1.2, 1.5%, depending on what the inflation is. But it's a max cap at 4%.
Wow. We're having an amazing amount of viewers today, by the way.
That's awesome.
I'm like looking at this going, whoa, especially on YouTube. Thank you, everybody on YouTube, for tuning in. This is good. It really is. Hold on. Let me see. Angela, what did she just say here? That just came through. Let's see. Hold on. Will New Zealand come right with COVID, Lewis? As of yesterday, we're in lockdown again as we have Omicron in New Zealand. On my daughter's 21st, will it still go ahead or should I?
It's my birthday.
When's your birthday?
February 19th.
Okay. I have to make sure that's
remember?
in
I would wait a little bit, Angela, because it's kind of like, the best way to describe it is in a pasture, when one animal gets sick, all the animals get sick. And so there's going to be this rampant spread of Omicron in New Zealand. And I don't think it'll be long, though. Like you might need to delay it a month, maybe 2 months, just to be on the safer side. But it seems to me that the way that this one is spreading, it's very much like a cold or a flu, where you just have to blow on someone and they can get infected. So if you can hold off and wait until April-ish, maybe March, and in March, you would probably have a much better chance and opportunity to enjoy more of the country and lesser lockdown conditions. So, yeah.
I just put you in my calendar just to make sure, because what happens is I'm sure it's in Facebook, but what happens is Facebook doesn't always tell you whose birthdays it is.
Oh no, yeah, I'm very similar on Facebook. So
what is this? And ruining it here. What is this? The influx of so many people coming to Vegas is ruining it here. Yeah, it's
changing the
dynamics
in the dynamic. Yeah,
everything. I mean, who knows? Thank God we're blue, which means we are Democrats. We're not Republicans, but God, it's the whole politics here. It's the Republicans want it back.
Yes. Yeah. Well, good luck.
But just to let everybody know, if you're tuning in, I've got Lewis Mabee, psychic medium, intuitive, incredible. He's my guest today, and we're just talking about Mercury Retrograde. And after the show, you'll be able to go on the YouTube site and or this particular. If you're watching it on any of the Facebook platforms, you'll be able to get all the information and talk to Lewis, contact him. You can get a reading, whatever, because you're doing readings via Skype and or however.
Zoom and telephone.
Yeah. Yep. But I just wanted to let everybody know that. Hold on. There you go. That's right, Angela.
My pleasure, Angela.
Oh, look, there's the hag from
Florida.
There's
Mr. Michael.
Mr. Michael. God, well, we might as well enjoy this. He's never called us handsome dudes before.
I know. I'm kind of like, what does he want?
I know. He's probably just had a glaucoma test, and he's not really seeing the fucking monitors. He's sitting there going, God damn, they look cute.
Is that Brad Pitt?
That's too funny. That's too funny. Meanwhile, as he goes wading out into the Tampa Bay. Oh, that's just too funny.
Going for my walk.
Too funny. Oh wow. So it's halftime of the football game. Of course. How Butch. Look at this little thing. He's sleeping in my arm. Look. He's like resting there. Did you see him?
Yeah.
He's just like
he's just like, I'm here.
he's like I'm resting on Dad's arm,
Yep.
and that's the way it is. But I can hear Uncle Lewis.
Mhm.
Hey, Alan. Hello. I forget where you're at now, Alan. I can never keep up with everybody, but I know, I can't remember if you're in California or someplace.
Nikki. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
here we go, Nikki. This is true. Okay. It's like I said, it's the Death Star circling freaking January.
Mhm.
There have been so many people dying. I mean, just yesterday, Bob Saget, wasn't he Canadian?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think he's Canadian. Yeah.
right.
And Louis Armstrong.
Louis Anderson.
Anderson, sorry, yes.
Louis
And Meatloaf.
Yeah, Meatloaf.
Betty White just
Betty
before
White.
New Year's.
The director. Oh God, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Just show. It's like every time I woke up, there was somebody new dead.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Hi,
is
Charlie.
that? Hey, Charlie Voss. So is that okay? Is it just a coincidence that it's the month of January, or is there just Sidney Poitier, right?
Yeah. Oh, right, Sydney, of course.
But okay. Here's the thing. All right, people are going, "Oh my God, it's terrible." He was 96 years old.
Right.
These people, a lot of them had. Yes, it's sad that they're gone.
It's still sad because of the talent and the impact and the difference,
right?
That all of them have made in their rightful contributions.
Correct.
But and Meatloaf was on the younger side of things. He was 70.
Yeah, but he was also anti-vaxxer and anti-climate,
and he had cancer.
It's like
blood cancer.
Ronnie Spector, right? But you know what I'm talking about. Meatloaf, you could have hung around a lot longer if you had a freaking vax,
But so take away the human thought process and look at it from the spiritual point of view, where it was his time.
Right.
He did what he needed to do. It doesn't when spirit makes creates a life for us before we're born as human, they're not concerned about the age, because age is a human factor. So their spirit's more concerned about what lessons do I want to learn as a human, and once I learn them, it's time to check out.
Right.
And so it was their time.
I'm just looking at people's comments. Vaccines do not need work, queens. I have no idea what he meant by that.
Regina King's son, he was 26. He just passed away too.
Committed suicide. But there's been a lot of suicides. A lot of suicides because of the pandemic and people being isolated and whatever. Yeah, it's crazy. But no, you're right. I guess my point is like these people are, these people. Okay. A lot of people use Facebook as when somebody dies, it's like, oh my God, it's so terrible. It's almost like I want to say an artificial sense of sympathy,
right?
But when somebody passes, you just see some of these things that people say. Yes, I'm sure it affects people, but sometimes I'm just like going, okay, that's too much. They were 98 years old. I can't believe they're gone. They are, and I tried it when I see people who have passed away that are older, and I'm like, Betty White, yep, it's sad, but you know what? She had an amazing life.
And did you see the video that she
her final video?
The final video just a day or a couple of days before she passed away.
You can tell she had really
struggling. Lost. Yeah,
she had really lost.
Honestly, I think she was having a series of mini strokes ahead of time.
They said that,
and I think the stroke that eventually killed her was just one of those pieces that just connected everything.
But yeah, right, Nikki. She was done. She looked exhausted, and I was reading this morning. Actually, it was on CBS Sunday Morning here. Millions of dollars were raised for animals around the world.
Yeah, there was something going on about donate $5 to the Humane Society or something like that.
All over the country, but people
on Betty White's birthday. Yeah,
it was on her birthday. They started this thing where everybody donate to an animal shelter in their neighborhoods. Right. And it was amazing.
That's awesome.
What happened with like, I think like $40,000 were for the place here. And I mean, it's crazy. What is this? Nova Scotia. Hey, Carolyn.
Coast of Canada.
Is she one of your friends?
We all know each other in Canada.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah, what was that? The Betty White Challenge raised more money in one day than all year. Yeah.
Good.
You know. Right. There you go, Charles. Thank for the long time that we had with them. Not sad that they passed.
That's right.
Correct.
Celebration of life is more important than, I mean, the dying is not part of the person that just passed away. It's not, their journey is done. They're going back home. They're being reborn. Yes, we are here left to mourn, especially if we have a specific connection with the person. But like you, I take a second, I read who passed away. And then it's about, let's celebrate their life and,
right.
And just send out well wishes to their family for healing. And that's all we can do. But yeah, sometimes the platforms on social media hype up the hysteria of dying. And, I'm not afraid of dying, because dying means I'm leaving this body and I'm going back home. That's where the real good margaritas are. So
no, okay. Shocking is when somebody young dies, or shocking is somebody shot and killed.
Right.
But
not a 99-year-old or a 92 or someone that had cancer and wasn't getting well.
Right. That's when it gets.
Now there will be, I don't know who it is, but there is going to be some young person. I think it might be a celebrity that's going to pass away in the next couple of months. And so I think that's going to be another platform for the change that is coming in May and June as well. So
$10 says Aaron Carter.
He's a hot mess, isn't he, Nikki?
Oh my God. He goes back and forth. He doesn't know what he wants. He's a mess. You're
right, Nick. Nin, I can drink with Margarita herself.
Margarita. All right. Do you want to get down?
I do phone readings, Renee. Also Zoom. So you can go on my website, lewismabee.com, and right on the main page is my concierge booking agent that will show you in your local time my availability. And it's up to the minute, so you can book right from there.
There, I just put that up there. Okay, why doesn't this go through? There, enter. Why isn't that? There it goes. There it goes. It's probably going to go through twice.
Jesus. Michael, politics, Esther, Paul Lynde, Esther TV.
Well, I know. What happens is people don't realize that we're on all these different. I have all these
channels, yeah.
And because Facebook is the one YouTube is the one I promote the most, but I still reach people on all these different platforms, and I can still see there's people on Ester Goldberg, people on Politics as a Drag, people on the Paul Lynde appreciation side, people on the Paul Lynde side. Not a single person on the Michael Airington page. Is that funny?
What do I think of tarot card readings? Tarot is a format of a reading. I understand tarot. I don't use tarot. If someone were to throw a card at me, I'd probably be able to explain it. But tarot, how to read a tarot needs definite training, and it's about the cards around it and where it's placed and what kind of layout you're using. But it's energy, it's vibration. Some people like to have a visual when they have a reading with someone. Some people want to give me something to hang on to or something like that. I don't need any of that. I just go up and just start connecting with spirit and energy. But tarot, yeah, why not? It's a format of getting information to the person that's intended for. So is he staring at you?
Wait. Yeah, he turned around and goes, "You put me down."
Yeah, like, where am I supposed to do now?
I come back up? Here. No, he's going to go eat something. No, he decided against, nah, I'm not. I'm going. Oh, he'll be back, and then he'll sit there and stare at me. So funny. When did you know? There you go. When did you? We talked about this the very first time you were on the show, but
Yeah.
it's always something because there's so many new people, you know.
I was displaying psychic ability when I was 3, but I didn't know what it was. No one really, and no one, like my family didn't like say, by the way, that's what this is. It was when I was about 8 or 9. I was watching a television show with my mom, and this guy was reading people's minds and that sort of thing. I don't know who it was. And I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool to do. And my mom turns to me and she goes, you've been doing that all along. Because I'd walk by the phone and I'm, oh, grandpa's calling. And 2 seconds later, the phone rings, it's grandpa, or, like I'd be like, oh, there's people coming, there's company coming tonight for dinner, set extra plates. And sure enough, someone would just pop in. And my family's the type of family that you're here, we'll feed you. So,
Right.
So there's always things like that going on, or like I would, I'd be in the car with someone that's driving and I'd be like, get away from them, get away from them. And later on, we found out that there was an accident that involved the car kind of thing. So it was,
Is that you?
That's my one phone.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, wait, I didn't touch anything.
You didn't touch that?
I didn't touch that. I was like, what the hell is that noise? But yeah.
That's I've been doing it all my life. So
there you go. Another one. Nikki asked.
Premonition dreams.
Premonition dreams.
Pay attention to premonition dreams because there's synchronicity that gets involved with that. And it's not about it's going to happen the next day per se, but with synchronicity, it's about following the bouncing ball kind of vibe. So if you're constantly having the same or similar premonition dream, pay attention to the focal point of it all, because it's kind of like deja vu, where it's like I've been here before in the situation. But definitely premonition dreams are very much about heads up, eyes forward, and be aware.
Yeah, you know what has been happening to me, and it's weird. The number 222.
Yep.
Everywhere I've looked at lately, it's like I'll look at the clock. It's 222, 222.
Transitions. Transitions.
Jesus, how many transitions must I go through in my life?
Right.
My middle name is Transition. But I swear to God, every time I turn around, 222. Yeah. The 222 is somewhere. It's on the clock. It's on the treadmill. It's everywhere. So I looked it up, and it did say if it shows up all the time, 222 is there. It's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking all the time, at least once or twice a day. Is that crazy?
Yep.
You know about it for 20 years. For 20 years, you see what, Michael?
What do you see for 20 years? 696969?
No, he sees Latins and Uruguay. Right. What about the seeing things that?
It's me again.
What about seeing things out of the corner of your eye? I swear to God, I'll walk by something and it'll be nothing.
That's spirit. That's typically a loved one or someone that's had a connection with you.
Okay, I've had something weird I haven't talked to many people about, and it's happened, and it happens so much. I'll be in the gym, and I'm on the treadmill. I'm the only person in there, and it's like I feel somebody behind me. I'll be walking champers outside, and it's like I feel like it's the same element. It's the same.
Yeah, same energy.
Something.
Yeah,
but it's almost a scary energy sometimes. I feel like they're going to attack me. It's weird, and it's not. It's you know, it's kind of disturbing. I don't know if it's a positive energy or a negative energy, but this energy.
So what I pick up with that is that energy is acting as a bodyguard. Now, we all know that you can, with your energy, you can attract the cray-cray.
Yeah, true.
And I think that this energy actually protects you from having crazy energy.
I just got goosebumps.
Go pay attention. Every time you get goosies, pay attention.
I just got goosebumps on that.
Yeah.
Because, okay, and it happens a lot outside. of my building.
Yep.
Now, you know where I live.
And I know, yeah.
I live in a beautiful building,
but
in the front is the Las Vegas Strip. In the back is one of the highest crime rates.
Yeah.
I carry a taser.
Taser.
A little mini taser with
I
me.
think that energy is there to protect you, to ward off that energy that would want to come and talk to you.
And I look around constantly. I'm very aware of my surroundings, but it's like, it's like this energy. It makes me cautious. It's like I'll turn around and think somebody's there and they're not there. I mean, it's very strong, and it happens most every single day when I'm walking outside. It happens occasionally in the gym, but I think it's Canadian Karen after me.
From Vancouver.
from I don't know where the hell she's from, but no, it's I feel it. I almost feel like it's touching me, Lewis. And I'm not really talking to anybody about it, and it's just weird. So you think it's my guardian angels?
Yeah, it's
guardian spirit.
It's your spirit, one of your spirit guides that are, and I think I know who it is. I think it's your dad, your biological father.
And see, this only started in the last year or so.
Yeah, and
he showed up.
And that's exactly. Yeah, he's trying to help you. Of course you can, Don. He's trying to help you to because he wasn't able to help you when he was here, because he didn't know you really existed.
Right. No, but I mean, it's just very strong.
Yeah.
And it kind of freaks me out every now and then.
We typically have, I'm reading Michael Place's question. We typically do have like 4 to 5 dreams a night. Most times you don't remember them. So for you to remember 4 to 5 vivid, realistic dreams, that's incredible. I would definitely write them down in the morning and start seeing if there's a pattern with what you're dreaming about, because it could be something where spirit is trying to get in touch with you to say, you're doing, we want you to do this, or we want you to stop doing this. So definitely.
Hold on, there we go. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Nina. Let's see, that's it. Yeah, I feel there's touches on my body, and there's legitimate, but I think it's my grandma Carol or my Uncle Michael. It makes me feel safe, but I do know there's a pervert too. Send the pervert my way, Neen.
It's your grandma. That's your grandma. Is it usually on the left side of your body, Nin?
And there's Dawn.
Okay, so ringing of the ears. Ringing of the ears is like when I help people develop their intuition, I always say, get out of your head, get into your heart. And if you are looking for an answer and it's a yes or no response answer, so the question needs to be formed so that the answer is yes or no. So you ask your question, get out of your head, get into your heart, clear, and ask the question. If your left ear starts to ring, it's yes. If your right ear starts to ring, it's no. If it's ringing kind of in the middle, that means that you might need to have a more clarifying question. So ringing in, and I've never not known to have ringing in the ears, but that's just psychically intuition me. So I've learned to just live with it. It doesn't overpower me. It's not, it's not ruining my day. I just dim it. But so it is very common for people to have ringing of the ears, and it's not an actual condition. So
Min says thank you because she said you got it. Must be grandma.
Perfect. So definitely write them down, Michael, if you remember them all.
Oh, you were talking to Michael Place.
So yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm reading comments. So.
Now, trust me, some of the dreams I've been having lately, I can't write them down.
I mean, they'd be porn.
Oh, they were. And some of the weirdest. We'll talk after the show.
Okay.
I had this one dream. I actually woke up this past week, and I went, "Did this really happen? This really happened?" And it's it's a famous person that I know. he and his
Which
husband.
one?
I'm not going to knit, but
Okay. Yeah.
it was just truly bizarre, and I was like,
you can't be having those kind of dreams about him.
I know, but I mean, but the one was cheering the other one on,
Oh!
and I was like, what? It was so bizarre. I mean, a few people will get who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to mention any names. But it was just really. I woke up. I literally woke up and went, "What the fuck?" This is so bizarre.
Yeah, no,
I
that's not
know.
a good one to have.
No, not a good one. But what was so weird is, I think I told you, or was it you? No, I told Frank. Out of the blue, the husband had and I had chatted on Facebook for the first time in a number of years.
Yes.
I told you.
Yeah.
Weird.
I know.
Isn't that just crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Well,
seeing lights flicker. Yes, that's definitely spirit. Spirit loves to play with electricity. That's the easiest way to get someone's attention is through electricity.
Have you watched that show called Ghost?
No.
I don't know if they have it there. Here it's on CBS. They have one from the BBC called Ghost. It's these people that rent this place and all the ghosters, the people that have died in this.
Oh, I wanted to see that. Is it on now?
Yeah. Well, they have it here in the States on CBS.
Oh, I have to look for it.
But if you go on Netflix, they have the British version, which everybody tells me is even better.
It usually is.
Yeah. But it's both are very good. I've watched both. And the British people are a little bit more. They go out there. I like it a lot better. But oh God, it's so freaking funny. And the way they tie the stories of the past lives of all the ghosts, because not all of them died, at the same time. They died during different decades and
stuff. Oh yeah, different eras and
like there's the one that wasn't even the mansion wasn't built, but he died on the land.
Oh.
This Viking type person. Pretty funny. Hold on. Can you tell the difference? Oh, what is this one? How can you tell the difference between a dream about someone or a visitation? That's interesting.
Are you talking about you're dreaming about someone that passed away? Karen,
is that like you have a dream where they come to you in a dream to say something? She'll come. Do you remember the amazing Kreskin, Lewis?
I do remember him. I was a baby. That wasn't the guy that I saw. It was someone else.
Uri Geller's the one that used to bend spoons.
Yeah, Uri Geller used to bend spoons. I can't remember who this dude was. I just remember he was reading people's minds, and he had a really tacky 1970s beige suit. So, I've had dreams about dead. Okay, so
he's still alive.
Kreskin is?
He's 87 years old.
Wow.
Is the American mentalist who became popular on television in the 70s. He was inspired to become a mentalist by a comic strip, Mandrake the Magician. Whoa. Anyway.
So with dreaming about relatives, that's a typical visitation. So it's the same thing. The dream is meant because it's sometimes when spirit comes to you in dreams, it's because they don't want to either startle you, frighten you, whatever the case may be. And the easiest way for them to say hi to you is while we're sleeping, because we're not processing while like we would when we were awake. So,
hey, Carolyn, thank you so much. Lewis is incredible. I'm glad you're learning a lot. When Lewis comes on, we try to like open it up so that people can ask questions, and he can answer them. And yes, Ester's great. I'm not dressed as her today. As everybody knows, I play Ester. I'll start talking like this and become Ester. But Lewis and Sloan and all of them had said, Michael, you need to get on camera too. And you know what I'm finding out is my shows are getting better ratings than Ester's.
It's a different energy between Ester, which is funny and great energy,
right?
But the energy with you, it's I think it's because when you
I'm old and been around a lot,
right.
But you can say it. No, your best talk show hosts are ones that have lived.
Absolutely. They've had the experiences.
And you've had these experiences. And
Yeah.
my God, I have lived the life of 4.
You lived 4 or 5 people's lives.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, it's so funny that well, thank you, Carolyn. I'm glad that you could listen and learn, Now, Nin, what happens is I've been in this business my entire life. I have, this is only thing I've known. And then one of the things that helped me was being on the radio for 4.5 years in Nashville, which is where Esther was.
Where Esther was born.
Esther was born. And thank you, Carol. Lewis has become a regular, which I love. And that all happened by accident, but it's kind of fun.
It's always last minute, or it's always very much, hey, I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll be there.
Right. But it works out really good. Hold on, Melody. I was a tarot reader. I appreciate. You were a tarot reader.
Or are you?
Are you or what? You got to let us know. So anyway, okay, I'm going to play something real quick. Are you in a hurry? Are you fine with time? Good. I mean, I'm not exhausted yet.
No, I'm not either.
But for Carolyn, I don't know if you know that besides Esther, she doesn't anymore. I just did this video, and it's part of when I play Paul Lynde, and I just recorded this 2 days ago, and I'm playing it for the first time here. But these
Sorry, I'm Gina. I think where's Gina from?
Gina, where are you from? What is she saying? Bedtime.
She's either tired or she's bored, or don't know which one. She's going to bed.
Okay. Thanks. Everybody loves this shirt today.
I know, right? Well, you do look like Blue Agate.
Wasn't Gina the one that was tarot? Gave up tarot? No, that was Melanie.
That was Melanie.
Gina's been on all day.
Yeah.
Welcome, Caroline LeBlanc. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to play this real quick. This is me playing Paul Lynde, and we're doing these new videos, and it goes. Let me see here. It goes like this.
Hey, everybody. Now you can send a hilarious Hollywood Squares message, greeting, or invitation for any special occasion. Yes, me, Paul Lynde. So, you getting married? Let me do it. Getting divorced? Let me be the bearer of good news. Birthday? I'll call the fire department for when you blow out the candles.
Hey, Paul.
Oh my God, it's Peter Marshall. Peter, I'm trying to sell my videos down here, okay?
I know, but I just thought it might be fun if we could do some old questions from the original Hollywood Squares.
Okay, give us one, all right?
Visualize this, you're in Mexico. You see a group of young people blindfolded beating on something. What?
Oh, a tourist.
Paul, can anything bring tears to a monkey's eyes?
Yeah, finding out Tarzan swings both ways. All right, that's it, Peter. Now think of it. Think how much fun it would be to have me send a message, a greeting, or an invitation to your next party or event. It's easy. I'll make it personalized just for you. No censorship, whatever you want. So, what are you waiting for? All the information to order is in the video description below. So what's it time for? It's time for a cocktail. Oh my goodness. We need more vermouth.
Anyway, that's funny. So we do that. We do that one, and then we do the Uncle Arthur one, which is a whole different. It's Paul Lynde, but as Uncle Arthur. So we do all the stuff. So we're doing these incredible videos like that. Listen to this. Everybody's, you know what? Everybody's loves these shows. Enjoy listening to you and Lewis. Love this show.
I love this.
Well, I'm finding out that Sunday afternoons, either people are watching, in America, in the United States, it's football season is almost over. So, right. So people are kind of like hanging out and on the internet, or they're on their phones or whatever. And
it was halftime with Michael Placey. Said it was halftime. So,
Gina is from Gina's from Maui.
Oh, and Mel is in
Nebraska.
Nebraska,
I guess. I think that's geography, Gina. But yeah, it's all kinds of cool stuff. Remember once again, New England. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Nikki's in New England.
No, Nikki's answering for Gina.
Oh.
And he is.
Okay. We'll find out in a
That's
second
quite
because
the
Gina will tell
transition,
us.
Gina.
Yeah, from
Going
Maui to New
to
England.
New England. That's culture shock.
Oh, I'm in Nebraska. Never mind. I scrolled up. She's in
She's in
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Oh, okay,
It's
we were
not
right.
New England. We were all wrong.
Yeah, it's all good. Still Nebraska.
So once again, God, there's still a ton of people in here. So once again, everybody, if you want to get a hold of Lewis, is the information. It's lewismabee.com. Scroll up. I put it in earlier. And you can set up a reading and all kinds of cool stuff like that. And we have time for just a couple more questions.
Yeah.
If you've got them, the sleep emojis coincides with the, what is this? Sleep emoji coincides with the dream connection. So that,
yes. Okay. I get that now.
okay. And New England is like the Northeast states. Okay. Gotcha. Still not near Nebraska.
Yeah. That's okay.
But so what's your week like coming up, Lewis?
I'm full. I'm usually typically full anyway. So this week, actually, I'm going to try to see my mom because I had the cold. I didn't want to go see her, so I haven't seen her since Christmas. So I'm going to go and visit her. And what else do I want to do this week? I'm looking for a house cleaner, because I just can't keep up. Well, actually, I don't want to keep up with housekeeping.
I want to have a housekeeper. Do you know what I did yesterday? 2,000 square feet here. Yesterday, I did the dining room, the living room, the kitchen, and I did my bathroom, which is the size of most people's freaking apartment.
Yeah, you have a huge bathroom.
And my bedroom, and I did the floors and the dusting. Thanks, and I'm just like, please, God, please give me my PPP SBA loan.
Right?
So what?
Coming.
I know. It's just been it's a crazy week, and then I have an operation on February the 1st. So which actually Gwen and her husband are picking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning to take me to the hospital. And
right, because you have that
thing. I have a hernia. It's an inguinal hernia. I'm not embarrassed about it, but it's a hernia right at the groin. And so they're operating on it February the 1st at 7:30 in the morning. But you're in and out. So it's not, and they use robotics. It's like weird.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's very high tech.
What is this? What is Michael? Oh, hold on, Lewis. I live in an old plantation style home in Missouri. A sense of spirits hanging around. Your thoughts? The home is over 100 years old. Oh my gosh.
The spirits aren't attached to you; they're attached to the land. So when you sense them, they're not malicious, so they're not there to scare you or anything else like that. But to me, it feels like it's definitely like these spirits are over a centuries old kind of an energy. So, and it's not because they're trapped either. Spirit, when we leave, most spirits will go back home. I call home heaven, what the other side, whatever you want to call it, but they can visit and they can linger, because their lingering isn't like us lingering. Their lingering is more so about, because spirit can be at 1,000 places all at the same time. So they could be here hanging out with a familiar vibration, like an ancestral home or ancestral land or anything else like that. So, but they're not attached to you. I'm sorry, I forget who it was that said that.
Alan Malloy.
Alan.
Yeah.
They're attached to the land. So Michael had another question.
Michael had another question. If you meet multiple a day in week, how do you relax? If you meet multiple people a day?
Yeah. So I do a lot of readings a week. And I'm very good at checking out. So when my day is done, I usually sit in silence or sit with some music. Like Michael and I talked about at the beginning of the show, that I was taking a sabbatical from social media. I really just tune into what my energy and physical body requires me to do. I don't get tired though when I read. like, for example, if I do a house party and I'm reading like 8 people, 10 people in the house part, like during the time in the house party, I don't get tired. I love back to back. I love get in, get out, no one gets hurt. But afterwards, when I'm driving home, there'll be like 5 minutes of like, and then it's just the readjustment of the shifting of the energy, and then I'm fine again. So you got to remember, I've been doing this for 28 years professionally. So
look at that, Barbara DeBella. If God wanted me to be domestic, I've been born with a broom in my hand. Oh, that's so Joan Rivers. Oh, can we talk? Do you see either? That's why I have someone clean my house. I would have been born with a broom in my hand, or I would have been given a
I don't see you with a broom in your hand. And a husband, I think you'd kill him.
You think Barbara would kill him? And Janet there to like pound him if he's not dead all the way. Barbara would kill him, then Janet would come in with a frying pan and go, "He's not dead yet." That would be the end of it.
CBS or QVC on the TV.
Right. Yeah, the Home Shopping
Get
Network.
out of my way.
You got it.
It's on.
It was worth the $10. Yeah. So Alan was saying,
Oh, that makes perfect sense then. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't understand about and bad hair. I don't know what that meant. I don't know. I guess we have to scroll back. Yeah. Sometimes people come in and they say things, but it's like from whatever. All right. This has been fun. I still can't believe how many people are still here.
That's awesome.
I'm just like, wow. It's like Sloan will go on and go for 3 and 4 hours.
Yeah.
With her stuff. You know who didn't show up today was Bobby. Bobby the private eye.
Bobby didn't, yeah.
She must be working on a
Yep. Your cleavage is hanging out.
It is there, my button. Well, what happened was Champers.
Exactly, Janet.
Huh?
Janet says we're Sicilian.
I like what are you? Hi, David Swift. I haven't seen you on here. Let's see.
The biggest was the brightest flying orb that backed away when I saw it. It was so bright. I've never seen anything like it. Orbs. Orbs are very much about spirit wanting to connect with you. It's not typical that the orb will connect with you. The orb is kind of like the invitation. So when people see orbs, especially if they're in photography or something like that, orbs typically represent that spirit is around. And if you see an orb and it's not in a photograph, that means that there's a message that's coming for you. So it's a calling card. Who are you laughing at?
That's why I snorted. I was laughing at Nin. Well, when you got a God bless chest, it just comes out to say the cleavage out. Sorry, but no, it's like I remember the most when I first moved here. They were going to be tearing down the Riviera Hotel.
Yeah,
which was all kinds of craziness for that. And I remember taking pictures, and I remember when I took pictures from the showroom. There were orbs all over. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. And that's definitely like spirit energy. I mean, look at how many people are probably buried underneath that place.
Not even buried, but just there. I mean, the Rat Pack, everybody was at the Riviera. It's no longer here. It's now something else.
That's right, Nikki.
In the words of Midge Hall, head back, tits out. Hello. This is a huge audience today. So I thank you all so much. This is like really, really cool.
It's awesome.
And a major amount are from YouTube, which is cool. Really good.
That's what we want.
But we want. Thank you, Michael and Lewis. Love the show today. Appreciate your talent. And let's see. Here we go. Went to a ghost town. So many orbs, you'd think there was dust in the air. Lewis, here we go. Here's one. Lewis, just out of curiosity. Are you experiencing food shortages in your area?
Apparently we are. I went to the grocery store a couple days ago, and they were fairly stocked. But I do know for Canadians, Loblaws, I do know a few Loblaws stores are almost cleared out of produce and stuff like that. So, but fortunately for me, and I have 3 supermarkets near me, But I haven't had any worries about that.
This is interesting. 2 people I knew from high school visited me very vividly in dreams right after they passed. I didn't know they passed and wondered why I dreamed of them after all these years. Then I found out and was really stunned.
Before I understood that I was able to see spirit and that sort of thing, I would have people at night come through my bedroom door, wake me up, not like, I just woke up for some reason.
Right.
And they'd walk through my closet. Typically within 2 days, I'd find out that they passed. So sometimes spirit will want to do sometimes spirit that's still existing in a physical body, they know that they're going to pass. So what happens is that they want to say this group goodbye. And so it's very common to have people that will say goodbye to someone and they'll pass even if you haven't seen them in 20 some odd years. So that's likely what happened, is that this was those 2 people that passed away for you wanted to say goodbye to everyone that they ever connected with, even if it was for 5 minutes.
Okay, this one's really interesting. What about spirits that haven't been born yet, like dreams about having a child?
That can go in different directions. If you're dreaming about an unborn child that's being born to you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a child. It could be a new idea, a new something. Children in dreams often represent new beginnings. So,
and first time here. You 2 are so much fun
great,
from Las Vegas. Hey, thank you, Alexis. That's very sweet. And Rhonda, yep. Thank you, Rhonda. We'll have to do this. It could become a Sunday afternoon thing, Lewis.
A regular Sunday afternoon.
I mean, everybody loves it, and we can always have a guest come in, like like we had with Debbie. Yep. That was kind of fun. But look at this.
222. And we're live 1/22/15.
Isn't that wild? But 222. Yeah. Did I tell you? I look down and it's everywhere. So this is validation that I'm not crazy.
John, I forgot to contact you. We need to get together soon.
John Williams is. Why do I want to? Is John? Is
John from LA?
Oh, John. Yes. John, John, did you ever get a hold of oh my God. I've got the Maryland impersonator, Jimmy James. Jimmy James, he said he was a little bit behind schedule on stuff. Jimmy needed somebody to help produce his show. And so I said, because he would pay somebody to produce it virtually from somewhere else.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And
John's good. Like
really John is one of the best. That's why I put them in touch. But Jimmy's been crazy. And but anyway, let's see. I looked at my clock today too. At 2:22. There you go, Don. And what is this? Yes, please have Lewis on Sundays. Oh, so I'll have to change the. Did you notice that I create? Did you see? Hold on. Let me see if I can find this here. Hold on. I did this. It's gonna. I created this today. This one. Ta da ta da. Yeah. I did that at the last minute.
I need to be holding Cleo.
Yeah, there it is. You're holding your pussy, and I'm holding my dog. His cat's name Cleo. I wasn't
my calico.
Lewd remarks whatsoever. Yes. Yeah. But hold on, let me go back down here. A weekly show. Well, I mean, I've been trying to do Sundays as sort of like a fun afternoon. And like I said, this is one of the highest rated shows that I do as far as viewers. And I mean, we're still on, and we have more viewers than when we started, but it's just peaking out. A lot of people like the show. Yay! You don't see what I see. There's Robert Stanley Bell is angry. I was like, who? That was the guy that was anti-vaxxer. Remember earlier? So he was angry, but I was like, who the fuck got angry?
I see, and this is the thing about anti-vaxxers, or some anti-vaxxers.
Okay, here we
Why
go.
be angry? You have your position, own it. Like the people that decide to get the vaccine. I'm not telling you to get vaccinated. That's your choice.
Right.
But why go off when someone is giving their opinion when you obviously are giving your opinion with your commentary? So why not just get along and just agree to disagree? You have your agenda, you have your life to live. I have no problems with that. Go live it to the fullest, to the beautifulest, to the most but you don't need to create this kind of energy just because you and I don't agree on something.
Well, which is one of the things that everybody knows is me and Sloan.
Right.
Sloan
Right.
and I are friends on camera, off camera. We're friends as Esther and Sloan, Michael and Sloan, and I love her dearly. But you know what? She's an anti-vaxxer. She has her opinions, but you know what? We agree to disagree.
Right. And there's way more things that to discuss than the oppositions.
Right. And
you know,
and it's like, you know what, Sloan? If that's the way you feel, God bless you.
That's right. You know what? I'm not the expert.
No.
My personal choice was my personal choice, as is yours.
Right.
But please respect my personal choice. I'm not ramming it down your throat. We're just having a conversation. You know, and if you want to join the conversation, then join it properly.
Correct. And that's why she and I get along so well. You know, and I you know, and when Esther and Sloan get along, I mean, Esther and Sloan, actually, I've never done a show with her as Michael. I've only done it with Esther, and which is always funny because she's like, "Hey, Sloan, what the hell's going on here?" But Esther brings out a side of Sloan that not everybody gets to see, which is her humor and fun side, and she laughs, and I love that. You know, but yeah, you're so right. Why be angry? You know, why be angry? Let's see. Hold on. What did Rosemary just say? Me and my best friend, like you and Sloan, she gave me her card to use it even if I need it. There you go. Awesome. There you go, Rosemary. No, it's you know, it's politics and all of this has caused so much division. And as we said at the top of the show, and your premonition, this is how we're going to close out this week. As you said at the top of the show, there's going to be a lot of changes. You know, the masks we hope are going to come off this year. You know, it will be your choice to get a vaccine. You know, and of course, the news is screaming. There's another variant. There's always going to be another variant, just like there's a fucking new flu variant every year. You ever notice that? Well, you got to get the flu shot this year because this flu, you know, this flu shot is a little bit different than than what was happening, you know, the previous flu shot, and it's okay. I get them all, but you know, that's what it is. Hold on, we got it. Let's see.
Exactly, Nin. I mean, there's many reasons why people don't take the shot, and that's their prerogative. And for you, it's to help with your other existing conditions, but it doesn't make me a bad person, nor does it make anyone else a bad person for what I want to do for me. And it comes down to a personal choice. And I appreciate everyone's individuality, but you don't have to scream because we don't agree.
Right. And
there's a different way of doing it.
Let's see. I haven't produced live streams in quite a while because I'm so focused on Metaverse.
Oh, isn't that Facebook?
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Did you say Zuckerberg or Zuckerberg? Oh,
I said Zuckerberg because I don't like him. He took away all my monetization for the biggest channel I had. We got to get you both in VR, but thank you for the referral. Oh, you know we will. And
you know what? If VR, I mean, sure, John. me and technology. I can break a computer when it's turned off. So
anyway, Lewis.
Yes.
This has been fun.
It's up. It's 90 minutes. This is our longest.
Oh my God. We've been on 90 minutes and we would probably go on for another 30 minutes if we wanted to, but we don't want to. We want what's the thing? You keep them wanting more. So everybody, if you want to get a hold of Lewis, I'm going to add all the information into the bio for everything, and you'll be able to get that. And who knows, if he's not busy next Sunday, I'll invite him back and we can talk some more. So, Lewis, thank you again.
Thank you.
Hang on. We'll talk for a second after this.
Sure. Love everyone. Thank you
Love
for tuning
everybody.
in.
Esther will be on later this week.
Bye.
Bye.